The moment I walked into the courtroom, my mother laughed under her breath and my dad shook his head. The judge went pale, his hand trembled, and he whispered, "Dear God, is that really him?" Everyone turned to stare. The karma knocking had no idea who I was until. The moment I walked into the courtroom, my mother laughed under her breath, quiet but cruel, like she'd waited her whole life for this. My father just shook his head, already ashamed to call me his daughter. Anastasia Crowell. That's the name they once taught people to whisper about. A disappointment. A disgrace. I used to believe them. I let their words bury me alive. But not today. Because today, they were about to learn exactly what their forgotten daughter had become. The courtroom smelled of cold marble and paper. Sterile. Judgmental. My heels struck the floor in a steady rhythm that didn't match the chaos pulsing in my veins. On the front bench, my mother pressed her lips together to hide a laugh that slipped out anyway. Thin and cutting. My father exhaled through his nose, slow and disappointed, like he'd already accepted the shame of being seen with me again. The judge froze mid-motion, his gavel suspended in the air. His eyes widened for half a breath before he leaned toward the clerk. I didn't need to hear him whisper. But I did. "Dear God, is that her?" The words moved through the room like static. Heads turned. Conversations stopped. For a moment, every sound evaporated except the hum in my chest. I kept walking. Each step echoed off the walls. Measured. Deliberate. The folder in my hand felt heavier than it should have. 7 years' worth of silence wrapped in paper. I met my parents' eyes just long enough to watch certainty flicker behind their smug expressions. They thought they'd already won. When I reached the table, I laid the folder down gently. The sound sharp in the quiet. My mother shifted, her smile faltering. My father stared straight ahead. The judge still hadn't spoken. They believed I was here to defend myself. They couldn't see that they were the ones on trial. Light glinted off the metal edge of the desk. Catching on the papers I'd spent half my life preparing, I let the silence stretch until it hurt. Then I lifted my chin. Voice calm and steady. "Let's begin," I said. My mother stopped laughing. From the outside, we looked flawless. America's polished ideal of success. Raymond Crowell. My father, the silver-tongued patriarch of one of Oregon's largest real estate empires. Vivian, his elegant wife. Adored at charity galas and photographed for her, Grace. And Elliot, their golden son, the heir who could do no wrong. Behind that glass facade, the truth had cracks no one dared to see. I once worked beside them, running the company when my father's health began to falter. Every number balanced, every report clean. I believed discipline and transparency could save a legacy built on pride. They called it coldness. In 2014, when the housing market crashed, I spent everything I had, nearly $400,000, to keep Crowell Estates afloat and to make sure the employees got their paychecks.